Aaliyah, Kiana, she the boss. She be doing her thing with the sauce, natural and she lit. Follow me, she unlocking her dreams. She got the key, got the faith to believe, ain't no stopping me. Got the faith to believe, ain't no stopping me. Got the faith to believe, ain't no stopping me. Ain't no stopping me.
Hey everyone, it's Aaliyah Kiana. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about my tips that I have for you. Easy, simple tips for transitioning hair. So if you are considering to transition from being relaxed to natural, these tips will definitely help. So let's get started. Oh, and by the way, I actually am 100% natural. You see that right there? Make sure I'm in the natural. Okay, I know you probably thought I already was natural after seeing the first video that I put up with my natural hair journey, but no, when I uploaded that video I still had relaxed ends left, and so I had to cut it off. It was like literally this much left. It was barely anything. It wasn't going to be a big chop, it was like a mini trim. But I will insert a picture or a video up right now just so that you can see. Oh, look at that. Look at that angle. Wow. I'm about to go snip, snip. Look at all of that. By the way, if you have not seen my first video about my natural hair journey, definitely check it out. Pause this and go look at it now just so you can be updated on where I am currently and all of the stages that I went through with my hair. So you can, you know, get a feel of where I'm going with me being natural. So let's get into the video about my hair tips. Tip number 1, try to not expect a specific hair type. It is very important, you know, to not obsess about what type of hair you're gonna have when you become natural, because a lot of people go into being natural expecting to have wavy type 3 hair. And not everyone is going to have that. Like, some people are gonna think that they're gonna have type 3 or even 2 hair types and then end up with type 4. And then they're disappointed and sad because their main goal for becoming natural was to have this luxurious, you know, curly hair that they see all over TV and YouTube nowadays. And the more popular type, I would say, I think type 4 hair is beautiful and is very unique. I have type 4 hair, but I just think it's beautiful overall because it's natural. There's no chemicals in it. I feel like the main goal is to be happy with just going natural and not focusing on the actual hair type as healthier versus being in a chemically processed state. If you see me looking down, it's because I have the notes on my phone, so that's the only reason why I'm looking down. Try to stay away from heat, or at least minimize the amount of heat that you do use, especially when you're transitioning, because you don't want to end up having heat damage while having 2 different textures. Like, you're spending all this time transitioning and then you end up ruining your natural hair that you're trying to grow out. When I transitioned, I never flat ironed my hair. I was too scared of heat damage. I did blow dry my hair, however, but it was like rare when I did it. I liked the blowout look. It made me look like a lion, so I mean, yeah, I was obsessed with that look. And the other times that I blow dry my hair was when I prepped my hair to get box braids or singlies twists, so it could be easier for them to style it. If you get heat damage while you're transitioning, it's like your whole transition was like no point, honestly. Try to stay away from it. And by the way, I didn't even let you guys know, but I transitioned for 2 years and 7 months. So that's a pretty long time to transition. And that's why I feel like these tips are really helpful. And with that being said, I'm gonna go into tip number 3. It's really important to be patient with your hair. It's gonna take time to see growth, and on top of that, it's gonna take time to get to a certain stage when you decide, okay, now it's time to big chop. Definitely continue to take care of your hair with TLC. Having two textures is no joke, but as long as you're very gentle with your hair and taking your time with it, you'll continue to maintain the health of your hair. Because people do get frustrating in its stages in your transition where you will get frustrated and upset and annoyed with your hair and you want to just cut it all off. I had those moments before. I'm like, I just want to cut my hair because I'm so tired of it. Like, I'm glad I transitioned because I have like a good amount of hair and the length is not bad to me. If you really are impatient, then I would say big chop. But the whole point of transitioning is to really understand your hair, and that gets into tip number 4. Take the time to understand your hair while you're transitioning. When you big chop, for example, and you never really got a chance to know how your natural hair was, you're shocked and you're like, okay, what do I do now? This is like a whole different level because this is a different hair texture that I have not dealt with in a long time. You don't know what to do with it. You don't know what hair products work best for your natural hair. You're just confused. So it's like you're throwing yourself into it. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with big chopping. You know, a lot of people find it easy. Some people aren't 100% confident because they're not used to the different hair texture when you become natural. When you transition, it's easier because I feel like you can actually take your time with learning your new hair. So while you're taking care of your hair, you can see, oh, my natural hair don't really like this, or my natural hair likes this more, this oil more, this cream more. Find what works best for your hair. It's good to watch YouTube videos with YouTubers with similar hair like yours, but at the same time, what works for this person may not work for another person. What works for me may not work for you. That's why you take the time to understand it through using different products. So tip number 5 is have a simple hair regimen. When I started transitioning, I bought so much hair products and I still have a lot in my drawer and some that I haven't even opened yet. I became a product junkie. Every time I got paid, I would just buy hair products, and it would go up to $60, $70. I'm like, dang. I was so excited because of the fact that I was transitioning, like, oh my gosh, I get to try all these natural hair products. But at the same time, I wish I would have known that it's better to stick with the basics. Keep it simple while you're transitioning. If you just have one shampoo, one conditioner, one leave-in, an oil, and some sort of gel, I think you're fine with that. So once you find what works for you, just stick with those products throughout the whole entire time, because that will make your transition so much easier. Okay, tip number 6, I'm just fluffing out my hair, sorry. Trim your ends as you transition. So what you should basically be doing, gosh, I'm sorry. I promise you I don't burp out. No, I can't even promise you that. No, I'm really sorry. Okay. Focus. Okay. So gradually just trim the relaxed hair off over time. So over a few months you can do a little trim. You want to prevent there from being split ends, number 1, and on top of that you want to let go of your relaxed ends over time. I'm not saying a big chop and go hee. No. I'm just talking about like just cutting it off little by little, you know. That's what I did. It can make your transition much faster, and so when it comes to the time when you're actually going to cut off all of the ends, it won't be so much. Tip number 7. Tip number 7. Hey, tip number 7. Okay. What is it?